Right, ledgers. Can everybody hear me? How's everybody? Hope you all had a good weekend. Let me know if audio is working and the visuals. And we begin. Give everyone a couple of minutes to get in. Share the video if you can. Be nice. Hi everyone. So can you see Prime XBT website? Just to make sure I got the right screen up. And we get stock straight in. Not gonna fuck about. Yes, Asian quant levels. Just got hit there. It's all on the setups if you remember. Okay, let's get stock straight in. I ain't gonna fuck about too much. Straight to the point. This is my plan. That's what I get out. In, out, shake you all about. Okay. So once again, thank you very much for tuning in for another Bitcoin for Ledges live weekly stream. Due to Christmas period and I had that RSV virus thing, it's been off schedule a bit, but we should be getting back to schedule slowly, and then every Monday usually. Okay. So before we begin, I just want to thank our partners, Prime XBT, for making it happen. So if you guys like the content I share, use my unique link. And that will tell Prime you guys like it, and they'll continue sponsoring it. I mean, they pay me for it. I ain't gonna do it for free. I ain't got time for that shit. But yeah, if you like it, it ain't gonna cost you. You just use the link. Use code TraderSZ for a 7k deposit bonus, and you get fired away. The benefit with Prime is also you can trade traditional markets. So, like I said, I'll be doing more FX stuff as well. It's beginning of the year, so I'll do dollar index. When you get a trigger for dollar index, you know what to do on Euro USD, GBP USD. You can trade ES. So you can trade all these, the stock indices, FX, not just crypto. Okay? But sometimes crypto is a bit slow, FX has been moving. So that's that. So yeah. So one last thing. None of this is financial advice, just education and entertainment. Seek the help of financial professional before embarking your capital. Okay, that's out the way with. So check out the link in the description and use that. Then you go to the settings area and you make if you want a USDT account, and then put the promo code TraderSZ, you get up to 7k bonus. So let's start Bitcoin. So last week, is it too low? Can anybody hear me properly, or is it just one guy saying louder? If it's louder, you just put your mic up. But noise is clear, right? Okay, if ATC is fucked, that's fine. Everything's fucked. We're here to trade up or down. Who cares if it's fucked or not? It's clear, right? Somebody saying it's not clear. Well, I'm going to continue anyway. Put your mic up if it's not clear. So from last week, just to briefly go over the setup from last week. I said the trigger plan was reclaim, trigger, cut in a clean break below, target 1, target 2. Done. That's it. Okay, that's it. So that part's done. Not last week, well, the last session, whenever I did it. Now, what do we do now is the question. Okay, so I won't go over too much detail because I'll be repeating what I said. But we'll do something. So just to quickly go over some of the levels, because I'll just stick with the same chart. There's no point changing since we're familiar with it. I said the key level for me before I want to exit. So the downside scenarios are in the last review. I'm not going to repeat it. I may quickly briefly go over it. But from last review, I said as long as this level holds as the last line in the sand, I would anticipate a move towards, at least towards this range lows. Now, whether it's a bigger bear market rally or not, I don't know. We'll be looking at ES as my view on ES is bullish, short term. I'm macro bearish. So macro bearish, that's why I don't like to use bullish or bearish. Just fucking trade the chart. It's easier. But if we were to reclaim back above here and ES still hasn't met its objective that I'm looking for, then we'll go towards here and then there. Now, like I said, bigger picture, which I'll go to a clean chart in a minute. Bigger picture, okay, if you think about this, we can take similarities, okay? What do I mean by that? Or it's just a range for now, okay? We'll come to that key support. The key support does not mean it's going to have to go through straight away. It can bounce, but we got range highs here. We got range lows around this region. Okay. So if only, and we got mid-range around about here. So if I draw this out, this is more or less around the mid-range. Okay, so just like here, this is not a deviation just yet. Okay, the range for this short term would be, let's do it in a different color. Short term range is well, that's range low technically. That's about mid-range. Okay, and that's range high. So we are approaching resistance. It could be the case where we push up, then deviate, then that would be level to level, target 1, target 2. If it was to smash below here, then we go to the downside targets around 12k, 12.5k area. Only if it breaks below range low here, will I start shorting it to new lows. It would be a breakout play for me. Is that understood so far? Does that make sense? So, at which point do I think it's going to go up and reclaim? It's not reclaimed until it reclaims, okay? I could have a gut feeling and say, well, possibly go towards here. And that would constitute a proper stop run for me, in my opinion. At least take this out, because that would be the main one, really. I'm ignoring this. This is just a range for me for now. Yes, you could do here, but something at least like this and then new lows isn't out of the question, okay? So that's the basics of how I'm looking at the market, really, okay? But again, I'm not perma bullish. I'm just playing the bounce off of this key level. That's it. In towards, well, an established range. So we can zoom in now. So the established range, and nobody can argue it. If you're not capable of taking longs counter, that's okay. Okay? Am I yelling at you? Sorry. Is it yelling? Maybe your mic's too loud. I don't know, there's a mix of mics here. Am I yelling or is it normal? Fuck knows. Is it too loud? I don't know. Just put your mics out. I have no idea. Some people are saying too loud. Some people are saying too low. Fuck it. Deal with it. I've got shit to do. So, let's just focus on here for now. We got this. And then we got that. Okay? So, that's fine. And if you're not able to take longs counter trend, it's okay to say you can't trade. That's no problem. But you can't be saying, oh, we're shit going to zero, this, that, the other. Well, okay. You've just proven yourself. You're not able to trade this. You're not able to trade this. That's fine. That's a reflection on you. Okay, we trade here both directions. When the time comes to swing trade, we swing trade. But at the same time, those that can trade counter trends, it's best to shut the fuck up. You're embarrassing yourself. Having said that, let's continue. So we've got around mid-range around about here. Okay, I mean there's a bit of a shitty mid-range. Well, fuck it. Let's just go towards here. Let's just use this one. Okay, that's about mid-range. So all we've done, and on the smaller time frame, we've been using this. Okay, so what we have here is the established support we spoke about, and all I've been doing, playing from there towards there. Every time it comes here, I play it towards there, and I gave the case for a possible breakout play due to ES and the fact that we've been consolidating for so long. So far, it's a possible higher low, but within this range. Okay. So I would anticipate a move towards here next. Now, are there targets along the way? Yes. Of course, it doesn't have to go in one way. It could do something like this and push up. Okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to focus just on here for now. So bigger picture, me personally, somebody asked me, what do I think? I don't know. It could do this. It could do this. It could do this. I don't know. I don't care. I mean, I don't predict. My squiggles aren't prediction. My squiggles are a scenario, a range movement, a movement within a range. That's all, really. And more of a trigger plan. So let's get a clean chart out. Okay. And let me see. Oh, it hit it to the tick. Remember those Asian quant levels? Fuck me. Look at that. To the tick there. Let's get some clout. Come, let's go for the clout. Clout chase. See this there? I was just sharing this with XO. First target 17441.5 on BitMEX. Lo and behold, 17441.5. Fuck yes. Okay, so this is a big resistance here in my opinion. This is for my level to level trade. My swing trade, I actually did call the swing trade. If you've been watching my feed carefully, I actually sometimes do give it away. I don't always, because you always get some bitch on the feed, right? That's been conceived through the wrong hole. Does my head in. So this is my swing trade, and it's a break even anyway, so It's too late. Well, it's not really late. But yes, this was the swing trade, and that was based off the mid-range we spoke about. Okay, yes, get the likes up. Get the likes up. So my stops are break even. I think first target here, which is based on this being our range high. That's the range low. So yeah, that was that. That's done now. Don't worry about that. Ultimately, I think towards here, then we see that's just my range level target. So anyways, carrying on. Actually, I did call this in real time. Go check it, my instruction trade XO. It wasn't even filled when I posted it. So anyways, carrying on. Let's go to a clean chart and we'll do some clean work here. So what we're going to do is we're going to map out. There's one more thing I wanted to mention actually. If I look at this, right, this level here was quite significant. Let me just see. I mean, and BitMEX, right, I find it a bit different. Let me just see if it's on Binance. Bear with me. You know what? We'll do a black background. Yeah. Okay. Bit of a change. I'm fucking with your eyes right now, aren't I? That's the intention. Yeah. So if I look at this right now, okay, watch this. When we were down here, okay, all the way back here, that was the initial high actually. That was the first main high. Okay. See this there? That was the first main high. So we then hit it again. We deviated it. Hello CG 143. Hello Let's Play Footsie. Hello Charles. We then retested it there. So would you agree that's a more significant level around here than just this level? Then you'll understand my range concepts. Okay. Let's go forward. Okay. And as you can see here, I mean, and some feeds, actually I think BitMEX it did correct here, but see this here? Deviation, retest this region, and then lift off. Let's go to the right now. Is it a reclaim? Because once it reclaimed above here, it then lifted off. Now I'm not looking for a lift off, the context was different. I still believe macro bearish. However, look at the significance it's had right now. That same level to the tick. The wicks are to the tick. And now we're trading above that. After last week's close, why are we below that? Or daily? Oh no, sorry. After yesterday's close, why are we above that right now is the question, if you're bearish. I mean, I look all over the place. I look at whatever. It's just varies. It's not just one set rule. I just look at whatever works at the time. So I find the level that's working right now from the past. And if it works, it works. Again, that's just my own style. That's the discretion. But if you've been watching me long enough, you'll know. So you can see the significance. I mean, the chart showing you the significance. Actually, on BitMEX, right? Let's go on BitMEX. This is a thing with, that's why one of the issues I have with these feeds. Let me bring up a BitMEX feed. Watch this. I'm just curious to see. Does BitMEX have, on BitMEX, right? I think I have the same level drawn. Let me check. There's a bit of a spike in it. What's this? The fuck's this? Fuck off. I'm just curious to see. I'm sure it does touch it. So I rotate between the two. Obviously, they're not going to be exact data. Okay, they are crypto. See, on BitMEX it's a bit different unless I'm using the wrong one. We'll go to the daily. That's interesting. Yeah, on BitMEX it doesn't. That's funny. But it's working. But yeah, I have to go with Binance one. BitMEX is different. But I find my intraday range levels, right, work better with BitMEX. My macro ones work better with Binance. That's funny. Anybody know reason? I don't know. I don't know why. My macro levels work better with Binance. My intra week work better with BitMEX levels. I have no idea why. But yeah, maybe Binance are the longer term ones. But anyways, let's carry on now. So we got that key level there. Okay. So I'm gonna make it thin, dotted. So it's just there in the background. Okay. We're gonna focus on the setups now. So we're gonna draw range high. Okay. Oh shit. I'm gonna go very slowly. Range high. I don't like this color. Let me change it. Too much yellow does my head in. Do this. We're gonna do range low. You know, I should have just fucking done. Just draw them in, man. Fuck's sakes. 16893.5. 16893.5. Copy paste. Do gray. Okay. Done. So No, I won't. Shut up. Stop saying blue. So let's go down now. And the first signal, see this here? This is what happens. You see this level here? Go to my other range level chart. Right? Is the same one as there, coupled with the range level. Okay? Well, I don't know, I'm just getting a bit excited over that shit. But yeah, anyways, let's continue. So, how far, the question is, where are you wrong? If I was to take a trade, if I believe, okay, we must go towards there next, or we probably go towards there next, unless a lower high. Where is my invalidation, or where, as how low could I let it go? Is the question. Okay, listen. Instead of chatting shit, just listen. So I'm okay. I mean, we could get a pullback from here. That's no problem. I wouldn't want a clean break below here, so automatically invalidation will probably be there. Okay, a dip is fine. Doesn't mean I'm going to short it, but it's not going to go one way at the same time. I would be around here. Was the area it previously dipped back down so here it bounced, deviated, got back above, it did that. So a dip back down will be capable. Okay, sorry. So let me just see where the mid-range lies on this feed. If I do this towards there, nah, still some distance away, but we've got some resistance around this region here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark this out as a resistance area. Okay, I mean, I think the blue box is better because it captures a bit of a region, not just one, and that is what's needed in this example right now. So that's like a resistance area or a bit of a pivot. Now it's proven to be a pivot. I call it pivot. I don't care if it's the correct definition. I'll say what I want. It just sounds right. There. Consolidate at the top of it. Rocket launch. Well, rocket launch and let it move, but yeah. You can see the congestion. Clean break below, sell off. So you can see it's a bit of a pivotal area. Okay, that's going to be important for us. Why? It's going to tell us. It's going to tell me I'm either going to wait for a pullback or I'm going to wait for a trend continuation play. So far, what I've said, does that make sense? Okay. So what we're going to look for is a pullback scenario. Now that pullback scenario, I'm going to look for scenario 1 towards here. Okay, for the reason I've given. Nice, lovely stops here. Okay, so that would be nice. Scenario 1 is a dip. Okay, as long as we maintain above mid-range, I'll be looking for longs. Reclaim. Throw in a little trend line. Okay, you know, just for aesthetics. Yeah, so like that. You know what I mean? Do that. Go on, we throw in the blue. There. Okay, let me get that trend line there. Yeah. Fuck it. Who cares? It's just a fucking line. But yeah, just signify a breakout. Anyway, let's not get too fucking thing into it. Pullback scenario. Oopsie daisy. And again, I only take trades that I'm comfortable with taking. That's fit my system. I don't mind missing on shorts. Pullback, that's fine. It's happened here before. I then lifted off 3 times there around this region. Who says it can't happen now? Only if you tune into it. That's my long. Okay. Target 1. Maybe some consolidation. Target 2. Within the range. Is that clear? One more line. You want me to do one more line? Crafty fucker. Okay. Does that make sense? Yes, aesthetics, fam. Aesthetics. You get me? Okay, that's done. Now, what if it doesn't give us the pullback? What if it just rockets from here? Okay, let's deal with that now. So, because it could possibly happen. I mean, remember, when market's trending, it often does this, doesn't it? So it's consolidation, breakout. Sometimes it doesn't even pull back. It does this. Sometimes it can do this. Which one's going to be? You won't short. Who says I won't? No, right now, if I short, it's only scalps. But I'm only taking what I say right now. When I believe the market is ready to trend after the big rally, then I will. And now for those asking, no, I am not Perma Bull. If you've known me for more than 6 months, you know I'm not. I was fucking being called Perma Bear, Grim Reaper for ages. But yes, I just trade. So, what do we do if it doesn't come down? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the Monday's range. Ideally, I want to see today's close. I'm hoping it doesn't go up in one go. At the same time, I'm hoping it does because I am involved, as you know. But just for this purpose, so I can look to compound or take some day trades in that direction. Let's use, which color shall we use? Yeah, it just stands out. We'll use this one. That's Monday's high. Okay. Now, I don't know, I got a feeling it's gonna rocket because of ES. So, one way is entry based on invalidation. Okay, so if I believe it's gonna go up, but if I've got good reason to believe it's gonna go up, where am I wrong short term? And if I don't want to miss out, one, you accept you might miss out. Okay, and that's fine. Two is you be a bit aggressive. And what I mean by that is, where are you wrong on the trade? So by default, if you got good risk to reward there and then there, I would say that's my invalidation. But I do smaller size because it's kind of an aggressive play. However, I don't want to miss out. That would be valid because it's above there right now. Now, if it was to break back below here, I look to cut it. Okay, I'll see if it then ranges. And if it ranges and then gets back up, that's a high probability play. It's not immediate move up. It'll probably be into the next day after the daily close, which gives me higher confidence. And then there, because it could do this. Why can't it do that? You see what I mean? So this was one of the trades I took previously, but I did smaller size because that was my invalidation. The same play here, smaller size, but the important part here is the size. Does that make sense? And why I would do smaller size compared to something like, I don't know, here or there. Does that make sense? Because one, it's late in the day, technically. Okay? Two, well, it hasn't much range much. And it's going out quick. Yes, I'll be with XO tomorrow. Okay, Farood. Okay, that's nice. You can go stick your tongue up his arse then. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with you tossing a man salad. But okay, so is that clear? So scenario one is, okay, aggressive. I can enter. I've got invalidation. But I would only do smaller size because of the reasons I've given and my targets. Their risk reward is decent. Now, if I entered and it didn't do much, or it came back down and then launched back up, that's a higher probability play because then it's in the consolidation phase. And then it's attempted again, Monday's high and a new daily candle, and then I would do that. Okay? Otherwise, I wait for the pullback. Whichever it gives me. So there's three scenarios. One is the pullback scenario. One is, well, the aggressive one, but I've given the reason why I do smaller size based on validation. The probability is not higher. And three is the trend continuation. I want to see a daily close. So that would tell me the market's consolidated here. It's held. They could have pushed it lower. Another daily close, a day close after it, and that would be the higher probability play. And then cut in a clean break below here. Okay? What is my trigger? I've just given you my trigger. Okay, that's that. Then comes the next play. What if it continues higher? Well, what we're really doing, and this was a chart I posted on my Twitter feed as to why it could actually go to 25k plus. Okay? Not saying you will, it could. Now, if you have problem reading, that's not my problem. Either blame your parents, or you're thick as shit, or I don't know. But if you got internet connection and you're here, then you can't be that poor. You got enough to fucking learn to read. They got the internet. But it's okay to be thick as shit. That's not your fault. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. But anyways, let's continue. So we've got this here as our range low. New range being marked up now. So CPI, let's not talk about CPI. I don't give a fuck about CPI. I just trade the chart. Whenever you ever see me talk about CPI, other than I'll say it's just be wary of volatility. Who gives a fuck? So we've got this here. We'll do this is range high. I'll do it in a different color because it's a different range. Green is a nice color. Okay. Give it some girth. No, remove the girth. We do dotted. There's a different range. Okay. No. I'm getting confused. See, this is one of the biggest issues I have picking my colors. It's a real stressful situation to be in. There. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, fuck's sakes, man. You know what? This fucking chart do my head in. The real reason I wanted was I wanted to box it out. But you know what? Fuck it. We'll go with the boxes. Yeah, easy to hedge myself. We go with this. Give that there. See the issue we're having right now. This is like triggering my OCDs and everything. Clone there, because then I got the same girth on there. There we go. Good girl. Let's go. And then one more. Mid-range. That's eyeballing it. That's about it. Okay, there. So, aesthetics are real, fam. Aesthetics are real. What you know about it? This is no joke. Okay, so what we've got here is, okay, if you didn't take anything within here, do you pink for the LGBT? Fam, you want to give me band or something? Yes, we do. We will do pink for the LGBT community also. We include everybody. We're inclusive people. Okay, no problems with that. Okay, done. So that's the play within the range. Done. Now the trend continuation or the reclaim play. So if I miss this for whatever reason, that's fine. No problem. I'll wait for it to reclaim. And if it reclaims, that's my long in violation below the swing low. Okay. Well, we all have our issues. Some of us can joke about it. Others get triggered. So, long, target 1, target 2. Is it not right to say that's a if that's a range, if that's then become a deviation, then within this range, oopsie daisy, within this range, that would be the one half, that would be the second half. Hence, objective. If it comes into here, breaks above and holds, objective, target. Does that make sense? Everybody clear? That's how it is. Draw your ranges, know where you're wrong, know where you're gonna deal at, and just play the levels, and just, ignore others. Just trade what the chart's telling you. I couldn't give a fuck what CPI is. I couldn't give a fuck what this, that, the other. I'm trading what market is telling me. And that's it. Okay, now, am I willing to take shorts? Yes. Not around here, but I'm willing to take shorts. Scenario 1 would be, what if it rallies up to there, and if it gets back below? Now, if ES is still pushing up, I won't take it. It may be a valid trade based on just Bitcoin, but I'm okay with missing out. Okay? I'm more picky with my trades. Maybe the younger me would have smaller size. Okay? But grandpa me says no, but that would be invalid. But I won't take that. What I would take is this. If it did this, there. If it got below the mid-range, breakdown, then I'm happy to take the short. I've cut in a clean break or whatever the swing high was, and I'll go towards here as target 1, and here as target 2. And that is just the range. But I'd rather play the second half of this than this, because this could be a fake out like this. If the ES is still holding up, if the dollar is still looking bearish, I'd anticipate this to be more of a fake out. But okay, probabilities increase below here for me, and then I'll take the long. How old is you? I'm 31, but I feel like 64. Okay, is that clear for everybody? So I'll go over one more thing on this. I'll call it a day. Nah, I'll do F quickly. The rest I'm gonna do quick, zoomed in, quick. Okay. I'll give you an example of a trend continuation play based on what if the market's so aggressive and does this and then blasts out. Then what I would do is the next, say, I don't know, H1 close or so, I'd probably bung my stop loss. If I've got a swing low, for example's sake, if it comes into here and then blasts off and H1 closes, remember when I said it didn't retest this region, I'd happily enter maybe H1, H4 close. I'd keep my stop loss there. I'd enter small size based on, because I don't have, the pullback. But at least I've got some exposure until I get some sort of range involved. And the risk reward is decent enough. And I'll add on when it gives me the opportunity. Either if it gives me a pullback or higher up somewhere, I'll go for target and target. Well, that stop loss should be taken. If I'm correct on the idea and it's an aggressive run, I personally think we'll probably get something like this. Fast move up. Take out this, in my opinion. If it's going to be a stop run, usually the behavior of a stop run is quick. It doesn't give you time to pull out where you got up and then down and then up. No, stop runs are mostly, macro, I am bearish as fuck. But again, what's bearish as fuck compared to trading? I mean, my market's not going to move. Remember, FA alone isn't enough. Price must align with FA. Or FA must align with price for it to take effect. Does that make sense? So, like here. This is what I mean by that. So if this is there, so for example, say let's look at this. This was a fast stop run. It didn't give much chance. It went boom, took these guys out. I think that, short term here, this is just short term, okay? I think that would be similar to this. So see this move here, okay? Let's draw about like a fractal version. So I'd say if I clean this up, okay? I'm not saying it's gonna happen, by the way, okay? I'm just giving my thoughts on it because of what I've seen previously. We say treat this as a consolidation. We treat this as this, okay? We treat this as this, and we'll treat, I don't know, this as this, and that is what I believe is consolidating here. I'd say this was the consolidation phase here, if correct, like that. Okay. 1 second, sending an important message. Again, it's not confirmed just yet. Unblock you from Twitter. Oh my god, is that you? You shouldn't have told me to unblock you on Twitter. Now I'm gonna block you, you son of a bitch. Can everybody report for you for sexual harassment? I'm reporting for sexual harassment. 1 second. Unwanted commercial content, child abuse, promote terrorism. Which one? Pornography, sexual explicit material. Report. Okay, done. Reporting for sexual... Yeah, done. Removed. Sexual harassment. If I blocked you on Twitter, it's probably for sexual harassment. So yeah, you can fuck off now. Okay, so... Yes, let's go back. So that's the fractal thought, but again, it's not confirmed just yet. If it was to do something like this... Upside daisy. Like this... then that's not good. Technically, that is a short. So in that case, I'd say, okay, if I still believe based on, okay, if ES is going up and everything else, then I'd say, okay, maybe it's a deviation. It may not be. But if it does that, then that would be the perfect scenario, because that's your long, that's your invalidation. And that's one target there. The other targets, I don't care. Let's just deal with level to level for now. There, and then there. Okay, T, trigger, invalidation, done. Is that clear? I've told you guys so many times, if I blocked you on Twitter and you tell me that's you on Twitter, can you unblock me? I want to block you straight away. Fucking idiot. You can tell, you know. So much slower in the head. Okay, that's it. So for those joining, if you enjoyed the entertainment and content, use the link in the description. That'll tell Prime you want to continue. Otherwise, well, it's all good. So, that's that done. Is everybody clear with that? Does that make sense? I've already posted my thoughts on PYR. What more do you want from PYR? Let's just have a little detour. Because since I did post it, that's the only reason I'm... It means it's a straightforward setup, mate. One more. I spoke about it before. I'm not happy unless it does a reclaim. And it's done that. It's a basic setup. That's it. Long term, yeah, I've got a long term bag, but what's long term for now? And I told you I'm happy to lose that. I've got loads of long term bags that are like fucking 90% of the water. Most of them are dead. But fuck it, that's the risk we take. Deviation, that's range low, range high, deviation, long towards range high. Range low to range high. Deviation, okay, that will still be valid. Another deviation, now that the others are jumping, okay, it's done that fucking break. That's where I spoke about it here. Invalidation. Okay, range high, but target 1 maybe, target 2. That's it. Unless it breaks out of here, so the bigger picture, I mean, it's just every alt is looking the same. Okay. Now, the separate play would be, okay, if it broke out and held above, then from there towards there, that's it. Done. Nothing more to say. Let's close that. Let's move on to ES first, because that's important. So, recall, I'm not going to do details, because you already know the concept. ES, for those that keep spamming, I've never seen fundamentals like this on recession talk. Firstly, you probably don't know how to spell recession. Secondly, I couldn't give a fuck. Thirdly, we're range bound. I am aware we are macro bearish. That does not mean that's a trade. So, let's go now, quickly. What I mean by range bound behavior, we're still in here and we're still in there. So I don't care what the fuck your fundamental is. There's been loads of bearish stuff. It's still up, down, up, down, up, down, unless it breaks out above each way. And I'll be leaning more towards, I will do F after this. I prefer that, I don't think it'll go to new all-time high. But what I do think will happen, which I'll mention in a minute, is I think it does something like squeeze out. Now whether it squeeze out or not, it doesn't matter to me. My target's going to be, as I said, which once we explain it, towards there. That's my first target area. Second, and maybe there. Now, what I'll be waiting for a topping scenario is if it gets back below here, then I play it from there back towards there. Just like I took long, just like I took short, I'll be doing the same thing, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's just range bound. So there'll be loads of news. We're all aware it's bearish. You pointing out it's bearish is nothing new, by the way. In case somebody hasn't told you how fucked up the world is, you're not the only one. Just to let you know. But if you did believe that there was a new revelation, you're sharing with everybody, then bless you. And you know what? Thank you for telling me. It's the first time I found out. If it makes you feel better. Okay? So, having said that, my fucking thing's lighting up. Having said that, we've established we're range bound. Range bound to prove it otherwise. Okay? Anyways. We spoke about my key levels as objectives. And that was the last time, last review. It's all in there. That was an objective. Take out these highs here. And I said, last review, where were we? We were trading here. I said I'm long. And it was around here or there. I said invalidation is a clean break below here. So probably bung a hard stop there. That's where my hard stop is. And cleanly break down below here. Okay, it's going lower. So that would mean it's going towards range lows. Because that was our key pivot holding a support. We're around September's mid-range. So that would have meant I would have exited my longs or took the loss and looked for a short trigger below here. And lo and behold, that level held. So what's the previous one? Okay? How can we go up? No macro bull bad. I don't get it. Like, how can you go up in a bear market? Like, firstly, who's taught you how market moves? Secondly, how overexposed are you? You know what I mean? You're either overexposed or you're fucking making shit up to make yourself feel better. And then you've been around other people that do the same thing. And eventually you believe it. And when you believe your own bullshit, that's it. That's a force that can't be reckoned with. I've got to give it to you. When you start believing, when you're within a group that believes their own bullshit, you don't debate people like that. You say, absolutely, you're correct, and walk away. And that's it. You don't debate them. Then the foolish one is you. Whoever is you don't debate ignorant people. You just say, you know what, you're absolutely right. Oh, fuck, I learned something new from you. Tell me more. Let him chat shit. Let him feel good. And eventually, when he's talking, you say, fuck me, man. I'm chatting shit, aren't I? And then he's going to go home and make an alt account and start posting from there how fucked the other guys are. But anyways, try that with somebody. Watch how it works. So anyways, like I was saying, this was the long. If you haven't taken it, that's on you. The second one was, if you will recall from the review video, has triggered. Remember? And invalidation, you could probably say there now, as long as it holds above and starts coming below the mid-range, I don't know. But yeah, so it make the fit. So in essence, if I clean this chart up, what we're really looking at is, there's objective, nice, lovely stops are resting there. Okay? This is our range low. Now, if you want to see, what I'm doing is I'm marking that as conservative play. So what I'm going to do is I'm marking initially. I mean, I like this range low. I think because I'm already positioned there anyway. So that was the first low made. Okay. Now, reason why for that is because if you look, when it was here, that was a deviation, and once it got back above, it pushed towards range high. When it deviated, it pushed towards range high. And deviated, retest. So that's the more accurate level. Okay. This is the lower down one. Okay. So more of a zone. So if not already on board, what I would say, and it's for educational purposes only, okay, draw this one out, okay, and reason why you'll understand in a minute, because you have an invalidation then, okay, entry-based invalidation. I want to save that so I don't lose it. Now, if not already on board, fuck it, you deal with it. Missed out, so what? Go to the lower time frame. I've already posted on Twitter anyway, but those are more intraday range levels. I'm looking at a more bigger outlook, okay. Now, on my other ES chart, where the fuck are you? Oh shit, where you got? Bear with me while I find it. Yes. Where did I do that? I'm gonna look at my other screen. Yes, like the video, man. Get the fucking algos going. Share the video. Show it to your mom if she's fit. Any sister, if she's above 20, obviously. And if she's fit, if she's ugly, don't. And you can do it to your missus as well if you like. But anyways, we'll draw this here. Okay. Yeah, give them my at as well. So we got this there. Okay, so this is what trend continuation. Focusing on like sometimes practicing trend continuation setups is a good shout. Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, under 20s, like still a teenager, innit? I mean, I'm a fucking feels wrong. But anyways, let's carry on. So this way, I mean, I took a day trade here. I'm long and I'm cutting below here. Now, short term, okay, we've identified where our target area is. So what we're gonna do, we'll mark out this as well. Okay, and we've also got targets in between as well. So let's mark them out because they are previous range highs. Okay, there. So short term, what we've got here is, okay, if you're not already on board, this is still resistance, like I've shown you. Okay, so XRP towards 589 in one candle. Breakout and hold above. There's your long invalidation. Target 1, target 2, and then there. I mean, extended targets are whatever, but yeah, and that is it. Done. Clear? And that's it. The other scenario, no, we'll not go over to that. I'm marking a simple scenario only. So because I believe this is bottomed out, I'm starting to push up. Okay, that's why. Now, if this shits the bed, I'm going mega bearish Bitcoin. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna do Ethereum after Bitcoin, and I'm doing it now. ES. So looking at ES, FBTC first. I believe FBTC looks kind of okay-ish. Okay. I posted it on the feed as well. If you remember the chart on my feed, I mean, just basically broken out. We're within. That's range high. This is range low. Okay. Mid range is more or less capping the market. Okay, that's more or less mid-range. So as long as mid-range holds, okay, we will anticipate a move towards range highs, and then maybe after that down. So at the moment, I would say, well, higher prices really, isn't it? If this goes below here, and F and BTC are still bullish, just as an example's sake, then the BTC would be the better long towards there. If the bearish case scenario, F will be the better short. So as long as we hold, okay, above the mid-range, you know, the scenario, that's key support. And we've spoken about this many times. So if those that watch the video, so I would say, I mean, let's just zoom in, okay? Let's just zoom in. You know, you're coming off the mid-range, remember that. What's the next objectives? Well, above support, okay? We got this as the objective. And then we got that as well, but let's just mark us in. As long as we don't make a clean break below here, okay, because short term, that would be a range, right? Maybe a pullback. F probably be the better play. But I think both of them going up anyway, and I'll go over that. Okay, so is that clear? That's what we need to know for that. Let's do FUSD now. Let's go to F. And F, okay. Ah, shit, where are all my levels gone? You son of a bitch. Okay, no problem. F, if you remember, do you guys remember the last play for F? And I did go over this, if you remember. If you remember. Load. Watch list. I went over this. I posted about it. No, next one. Load chart. It's actually on my Twitter feed. What are you about? So I've got them all over the place, man. Here. That long scenario here. Okay. That's the blue box I mentioned. That was the long. I said aggressive longs here. And you cut in a clean break below here. It spiked it, but it didn't make a clean break. Just about saved. There's the long. Where's the target here? And then these highs here. And to simplify it, it definitely was in one of the streams. I said, just make it easy to understand. What we had here was, this is our, what's that around here? I got a couple of ranges, but there, okay. And we had this there, reclaimed. There's your long, that's the one I told Jim as well. That's the one I was talking about. And we've got this here. Okay, it's done now. More or less done. Okay. See as this has done. That's fine. Okay, so that was the play from F. And it's close enough. Okay, now what do we do now is the question. 1, take it based on Bitcoin, or 2, wait. What we're going to do is we're going to mark our levels. So forget this range. Let's go do a clean chart for the feed. We're going to go to a monthly. Let's see what the monthly is saying. The monthly is decent. Now, what we're going to focus on is probably this. Where's the stop resting on a monthly basis? Okay. I would say just time with Bitcoin. Okay, personally. But let's go. This is a significant level. Okay. Now, what's the range low cap in the downside? Well, on a monthly chart, I would say there. I mean, there's the range low, but let's just short term. Short term, that was the initial low. Let's copy the downside. I'm going to mark out this one here and see which one's the better one. So we got this there. Or you can mark it as a zone. Okay, that was over. Yep, okay. So there's two scenarios for this. Okay. One is the pullback scenario. One is the trend continuation. Now, if we look, maybe if I delete this one, I'll put this there as our range low. Get rid of this. Fuck it. Let's just focus on this for now. Just like we do with Bitcoin, we do the same rules. Okay. And let's see if there's a nice mid-range for it. Yeah, decent. And that mid-range comes in at 1210.95. 1210.95. 1210.95. Okay. Similar to Bitcoin. It's the exact same thing, more or less, isn't it? Look at that mid-range. Beautiful. 1279.47. 1279.47. 1279.47. 1279.47. Okay. And these are for the deeper pullback scenarios. Okay. Similar to, oh shit. Yeah, just for completion's sake, I'm gonna do the bottom one as well. Otherwise, we start going all over the place. Okay. You cough like my grandpa. I probably am your grandpa. I don't know. Let's do a DNA. Okay, so there's couple of scenarios that can fall. I've got an order in. I've actually got an order in, okay? At 12.98 and my stop is at 1200. Is it? No. Yeah, no, that's the other one. Where's my stop? Hang on, let me have a look. Bruv, let me have a look. But that's a trend continuation play. And the reason for that, okay, is this. And that was an aggressive play. Based on, let me draw the 12.98 level. Yeah, I don't mind getting front running this region a bit. And the reason for that was it was around here. Okay? Because sometimes, like I said, it doesn't completely come down. Example was, you know, you're looking for something like this here. So look for a pullback. This here. Upside daisy. Say here. You want it to pull back here, it doesn't quite pull back towards there. So the minimum entry is there. So I'm doing it based on clear invalidation. That's what I entered. Or you wait for the confirmation, and that was the confirmation more or less. Okay? So for this, there's two plays. Without range height, you don't want to be buying resistance. Okay? So even with Bitcoin, you might have to cut early of the aggressive plan. So there's a couple of scenarios. So one scenario is followed with Bitcoin basically. It comes down. Okay. Time Bitcoin basically. So it comes down. SR area there. There's a deviation, resistance. And then if it confirms, here's my long, back towards range highs. Okay? Simple as that. The other one is, what if it does like a scenario like this where say it goes up, comes back down like this, and then does that. Well, it's gonna be trend continuation. Okay? So this is where it happens. There's a good case, possible case for it coming from there. And the reason why, even if I enter there, I've got a wider stop to cater for that anyway. Yeah, I was looking at where my stop loss is at for that. I'm not going to tell you my stop loss, fuck off. I'm just making sure. Because that was the other day. Yeah, my stop will be safe. It's a wide one. Hide. Okay, done. So, the other case is, what you do is, what's capping the downside here? You see this level here? That's more or less the midpoint of this as well. But we've got this here. Okay, there. Scenario 1. As we pull back to. Okay. A couple of levels. So here, okay, this market is simple. So this is one range. So we're going to treat this as one range, actually. Let's remove this. I don't like these clean lows here. That's my problem. But you know what? I find F does that a lot. Yes, loads of... listen, there's thousands of alts out there. I'm not going to be sitting there. I just focus on Bitcoin, Ethereum, man. This is my bag. I don't watch so many. Okay? So I wanted these ones to run yesterday, but it didn't. And then you got the trend continuation. Okay, it's gone today. So the other scenario is, we've established that's the range low. Let's just say this is range high. Okay, there. Well, it's the short term. Okay, so usually if it's going to do one of these ones, you go breakout and then that, it doesn't give you the full pullback. So this is the pullback. There's the main level. If it doesn't come to the main level, like I've shown, then what you're going to do, what I do, is I'll wait for the deviation into the key support area, and then reclaim, deviation confirmed, and then I'll play it long. Now, because bigger picture, I believe a bit higher based on Bitcoin, I'll be target there. Now, I'll also, do like a mid-range area, a target as well, because it's still within the range. I'll go with the breakout play in a minute. So around here, really. Target 1, the trigger, invalidation, T1, T2, maybe in towards here. Is that clear? Does that make sense? Simple play. So 1, it gives us the deeper pullback. Time with Bitcoin, basically. I'm finding that easy to read. 2 is the shallow pullback scenario. Okay? And this is the trigger for the shallow pullback. And 3 is the trend continuation. So, what's the trend continuation? Now, we got some lovely stops here. I want to see it cleanly hold above this region here. Okay? So, what I want to see is maybe it can consolidate. I want to see, take that stop side, everybody gets short. Consolidate. Daisy. And then break out. And if it breaks out, my first target is going to be 1420. Okay? And it's the same as Bitcoin then, isn't it? There's no reason why you can't take that out. So, 1420. I'll explain why. Hang on. Let's just get the targets in first. You'll see why. Firstly, it's a macro mid-range level, 1424 to be exact. But secondly, it's pure price action, isn't it? Is there? That's the swing low. Or level there. Black. Okay. Let me just see if it comes in line with the mid-range, actually. Let me just see. It's curious to see. If I get that high. Too low. Nah. What if I start, fitting into... fuck it. To my head. Done. Okay, that's that there. So, the breakout plan, if it doesn't give us the pullback, okay? The breakout plan... The breakout plan would be break above. If it holds, okay, then there's my long. I'll cut and clean break below. My objectives will be target 1, target 2, and ultimately if Bitcoin's still going up, these 2 are my main targets, okay? At this probably get some sort of pullback. And say if I exited after it starts finding resistance, I will start exiting if it gives me a big reaction. I'll wait, and I'll see if it reclaims. If it reclaims that level after the pullback, even better, tight, stop, whatever the swing low is, and then I'll go for that. It may go higher, lower, I don't care. These are just immediate targets. Does that make sense? Everybody clear? Done. So we could get a deeper pullback towards here. That would make sense. Okay. Would that be a mid-range area as well? I don't know. Let's see. I'll do from this extreme end to that. Nope. Yeah, more or less. From that low, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Is everybody making sense? I pull back towards here. Someone suggested. I mean, I don't know. Bitcoin would be a lot lower then. So I don't know. I mean, if it comes towards here, most likely it's going a lot lower. But say if it does this, I see what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is doing at the time. I'm not going to say yes. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me unless they're going to keep it range bound. I don't know. Okay, I'm only going with, okay, this is what's clear to me right now. If you give me the trigger, I'll step in. If it doesn't, fuck it off. Finally, dollar index. Okay, I'm going to run through this quick and give you my outlook. So you'll know what FX majors are doing based on this, and then that's it. I'm done. I did say some alts. I'll do that next stream. I'm just not in the mood right now. So we got, let's mark our range low, range high. So on a macro view, we've got range low. Okay. Let me see if that lines up with my ones. I'll just look at my ones and then it makes life easier. And this will probably line up with crypto as well, so it's good to know. 78.191, and my range high is 121.02. 121.02. I'm just mapping out for my other chart. It's the same chart I use personally for macro ranges. And the mid range, let me just do this. And the mid range lines in at 99.605. That's what I think. Around about that region is where I think is bottom. And around about that region is where I'll probably think crypto may have topped out. If it hasn't before that, because crypto doesn't have to be at the same time. But yeah, there's my macro range levels. And you can do the ones in between as well. There, from this swing low to there, to the midpoint. Okay. So, I mean, bigger picture, I think we get this, okay? Clean break below here, game over. You come towards here, and then there. But for now, long, bigger picture until proven otherwise, okay? The FA lines up with it as well. Now, if I look to the lower time frame, why else do I think that for these levels? If you go to the weekly, probably be more apparent, or 2-day chart, just so I can get more charts in. If I look like this was the first key level, wasn't it? Right? Upside daisy. That was the first key level there. Range high. I mean, we can do many range lows, but if technically that was the range low. These are deviations, but fuck it. Let's just go towards that as our range low. Okay, we don't need to worry about it all the way down. But we just need to worry about range high. So we've got to remove that. Resistance, resistance, deviation. Once it got back below that, there. See that there? Deviation, there. So that's the key level for me. So if this comes in towards here, okay, just like that was a deviation, I'm going to be looking for this to be a deviation, and then I'll be saying, okay, that's probably a bottom in, and then probably a move back up, at least towards here, in my opinion, and then there. Maybe there, but let's just go for targets within this leg. Does that make sense? Hence why I think lower prices for this. Okay, I'm just giving my macro view on this. On the other hand, I'll be trading both sides, but until it's come to that level, that's what I believe is going to happen. Okay, because there's nothing else to suggest, which makes me think ES a bit lower, and this can still consolidate a bit here. Because sometimes when it bottoms out, it takes time to consolidate, doesn't it? Like if you look at these bottoms, they take ages to consolidate. Tops are different, okay? That's it. Is everybody clear? So I'll be looking for a move towards here. And then, bit of confirmation. Let's go. T. And that'll be my macro trade. I'll be doing a macro trade myself personally. That's it. I played this. See this? Remember when I took GBP USD long? The King Charles long? If you've been following me, you know I caught probably the low on that one. And the Euro USD longs based on this. Towards here. I've exited most of it because I hit my targets. But that's probably where I'll be shifting my GB Sterling back into USD or USDT, whatever, and I'll ride out the FX part of it as well. And that's it. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Use the link in the description if you find it valuable. Code TraderSZ. Give shout out to Prime XPT. Give them a follow. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.